For 500 years, the House of Serath ruled without challenge. Kings were born. Empires bowed. Blood was spilled. But the throne never shook. Until one night. A dying monk whispered 7 words that changed everything. The last Serath will wear no crown. At first, no one listened. But then, the signs began. This is the story of a prophecy that shattered centuries of power. Of a prince who refused to be king. And how sometimes, fate doesn't whisper. It roars. The Empire's glory. The Serath dynasty began with fire and steel. Its founder, Queen Aelira the Iron Dove, united a continent by age 19. She conquered not through cruelty, but through vision. For generations, her bloodline led with brilliance. They built roads, universities, and cities that touched the sky. People said the Seraths were chosen by the stars. They called their capital, Eldrathor, the city of the crowned sun. And for centuries, that sun never set. But every empire has a shadow. And beneath all the gold, the cracks began to show. It started with a dying monk named Thalen. Blind, forgotten, exiled to a mountain cloister. He scribbled in old ink and older tongues. Legend said he had visions, of fire, ruin, and a crown falling into ash. On his deathbed, he whispered to a traveler. The last Serath will wear no crown, and the world will cheer. The word spread like wildfire. Some laughed. Others feared. But inside the palace walls, they were banned. Uttered once, and you vanished. Still, even the strongest wall can't silence a storm forever. The rise of Prince Kaelan. Prince Kaelan Serath was different. Where other royals chased power, Kaelan listened. He visited orphanages, spoke to farmers, and read the histories no one dared open. He knew of the prophecy. But instead of fearing it, he questioned everything. His tutors warned him, "You are to rule, not to doubt." But Kaelan saw the people starving while nobles feasted. He saw soldiers used as pawns, while kings played games from ivory towers. And the more he saw, the more the crown felt like a cage. From the heavens. Then, the signs came. A blood eclipse darkened the sky on Kaelan's 21st birthday. Lightning struck the royal temple, twice. Famine spread in lands untouched for decades. Priests warned, the prophecy has awakened. But the council of elders scoffed. Superstition, they said. Still, the people remembered Thalen's words. And slowly, fear turned into faith. They began to believe that maybe Kaelan wasn't meant to rule. Maybe, he was meant to end it. The crown offered. The day came. Kaelan stood in the Hall of the Thousand Flames. His ancestors lined the stained glass windows in burning glory. The crown of Aelira waited. Heavy. Ancient. Silent. But as the priest lifted it, Kaelan raised his hand. No. The hall gasped. Kaelan stepped forward. This throne has ruled too long. Its roots are rot, its walls built on silence. I will not wear a crown forged in fear. Some screamed treason. Others wept with hope. Kaelan turned, and walked away. Leaving the crown, untouched. In the chaos that followed, something strange happened. There was no civil war. No rebellion. No collapse. Instead, peace spread. Without a throne to defend, old enemies became neighbors. Without a king to obey, governors began listening. Trade flowed. Borders softened. The people healed. The prophecy didn't destroy the kingdom. It freed it. Kaelan disappeared. Some say he became a monk. Others claim he sailed west, chasing forgotten lands. But years later, a letter surfaced, signed only with a K. When you're born into power, you must choose. Wear the crown, or break it. I broke it, so others could finally breathe. The seal. A cracked crown, blooming with ivy. Today, the crown rests in silence. Not in power, but in memory. Kaelin's act became legend. Not for war, not for conquest. But for courage. For proving that sometimes, the greatest strength is to walk away from everything, so others can build something better. 500 years of rule. Ended, by a whisper. Fulfilled, by a choice. So the next time you're told this is how it's always been, remember Kaelin. And ask. What if the prophecy is waiting for you? If this story moved you, share it. Let the legacy of Kaelin live again, not in thrones, but in voices. Subscribe to Echoes of the Empire, where history's forgotten moments rise again.